okay, what to eat in order to be as healthy as possible, what to eat to have a strong body, to have muscles, to have sharp mind, to be clean of diseases. What does it take? It takes whole food plant-based diet, the best diet in the world, that is preventing and that is aiding in the healing process of a human being. So if you want to get rid of sickness and illness, you should strive for whole food plant-based diet. It prevents the biggest killers in our modern world, which is cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and even degenerative brain diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and dementia. So what does a whole food mean? Firstly, whole food means a food just the way nature has created it. Nothing good has been taken out of the food, and nothing bad has been put inside the food. It's the way that nature has created it, a whole food and plant-based. Plant-based, as you know, means that you stop consuming animal products. This is animal products have been a way for us to live through the ice age, but now modern science and free science has shown undoubtedly, undisputedly, that plant-based diet is the way to go if you want optimal health. So, what do we eat? We eat legumes and beans, lots of them, with peas, chickpeas, soy, also beans and lentils. You can eat those every single day. The research has been shown that the longest living populations in the world are consuming regularly beans and legumes. What they also consume are nuts. So you should strive for 30 grams of nuts every day, like cashews, walnuts, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, almonds, those things. What else you consume? Seeds. Seeds are the seeds of life. They contain everything for life to thrive. And so they contain everything that you need. Best examples of seeds are the hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower, pumpkin seeds, and then, of course, vegetables. Vegetables, like, fill your belly every day, every meal, half of it must be vegetables. The best kinds of vegetables, which are they? They are the green leafy vegetables, things like spinach, things like rucola, and things like kale. Like, these are the most nutritious, dense foods you can find. And what they do, besides tons of benefits, is that they actually make you photosynthesize. Now, what? Yeah. So what happens? You consume those leafy green vegetables. The green leaves go inside your body. And what happens when you go outside on the sun? Well, the sun penetrates your body and bathes your organs with near-infrared light. The near-infrared wavelengths are actually penetrating inside our body, and they do magic there. They actually hit the chlorophyll from the green leafy vegetables that you have been eating, and what they do is they produce the so looked after coenzyme Q10, and that's an expensive supplement if you want to buy it separately, but you can produce it on your own. And that happens when you eat the greens and go out in the sun, so you photosynthesize inside your body. And that's fantastic. Coenzyme Q10 is a very strong antioxidant, preventing from free radicals and DNA and cell damage. All right then. What else? What else from the huge world of vegetables you can pick to be the best, except the green leafies? Well, it's the cruciferous vegetables. I mean broccoli. I mean Brussels sprouts, um, cauliflower. These things are amazing. For example, broccoli. It contains sulforaphane, a powerful anti-cancer compound. So sulforaphane, though, how do we, how do we, how are we able to absorb it? Well, when when you cook your broccoli, when you cut them, you have to wait 40 minutes for the enzymes to come together and to form the sulforaphane. Uh, Other way is to put uh, mustard mustard seed powder on the broccoli, and that way you synthesize it again. So this is very powerful. This is strong anti-cancer treatment, as I said. Moving on to the fruits, vegetables and fruits are the staples. But which are the best fruits? They're the berries. They're the small berries like blueberries, like strawberries, cherries, raspberries, all of them. Blackberries. They're full of antioxidants. There has numerous benefits. They will make you recover after workout better. They will make your brain better. Everything gets better. All right. Now we can also eat grains, but go for the whole grains. Don't go for the refined ones. These are foods that are processed. The good thing has been stripped away from them. Like I said, a processed food, a whole food has nothing good taken out of them. And what we have in the refined foods, such as refined flour, white flour, you get the grain, which has a kind of like a shell, and you strip away that shell, and you leave with the empty calories inside, because the nutrients are mostly into the shell. And that's how we go. When you go whole food, you get the whole thing with the nutrients. When you get white flour, you get only the glucose striking simple carbohydrate that is doing damage to your body. So whole grains, that also means brown rice, because what is brown rice except for white rice with some nutrients on it, with some fibers on it. And so when you eat white rice, your blood glucose does like that, it spikes very fast. When you eat brown rice, what happens is your glucose is very steady for a longer period of time, which is a much healthier option. All right, so we have vegetables, we have fruits, we have beans and legumes. We talked about seeds, talked about nuts, we talked about grains. Well, these are the staples. And mushrooms. Mushrooms will keep you healthy. Mushrooms will keep your brain primed, and will keep away sickness. And it mushrooms are amazing. We love mushrooms. So basically, these are the foods that should go to if you want to be healthy. Once again, whole food plant-based diet. That means all of these foods that I've mentioned here. Of course, I only mentioned the best ones. I only mentioned just a few. There's a plethora of amazing plants out there that will heal your body. Just make sure they're not processed, and you will be good. Namaste.